throughout the tropics, there are many causes of rainforest depletion. Some of the major causes are cattle rearing for the fast food industry in the United States and other places, logging, of course, um, large-scale agriculture, and others. One of the types of agriculture that is often grown in the tropics where a rainforest once occurred is bananas. Bananas require high content of nutrients. They require a lot of water. And so along major rivers and tributaries throughout the tropics, bananas have been planted for centuries. Usually they're planted in a monoculture. In other words, they're planted in a setting where it's just bananas. They're not mixed with any other type of farming product. But the thing about bananas is because they require so much water and so many nutrients, they also are very susceptible to a lot of diseases, fungus, nematodes, bacteria, all kinds of different types of diseases. Most of the bananas that we eat, for example, in the States, are grown in either Costa Rica or Guatemala or Honduras, maybe some from Belize. Most actually go to Europe that are grown in Belize, and other countries as well, I'm sure. But in order for banana farmers to keep bananas growing in a financially productive state, they require a tremendous amount of chemicals. And because we're here in the tropics, these chemicals often leach out into the soil and get into the rivers. For example, because there's so much rain here in the tropics, fungus actually, a particular fungus called Cicotoca is the most sort of destructive to the plants. And actually what they do is the Cicotoca, in fact this is Cicotoca right here. All of this brown area on this leaf is a fungus that kills the leaf. Obviously that decreases the amount of photosynthesis because it's lessening the green area of the banana leaf, which means that the plant is getting less sunlight, which means it's less productive. So banana farmers will spray their banana farms with different types of fungicides, insecticides, nematicides, as I mentioned. From planes, they'll spray them from backpack sprayers. And like I said, because it rains so much, all of these chemicals sprayed on these plants get washed into the soil and then washed into the river, which affects not just the rest of the local ecosystem, but these rivers in Belize, for example, are very close to the barrier reef, and so these chemicals get washed out to the reef. It's very destructive. It's also very, very bad for human health. And if you visit a local banana farm, as I have done dozens and dozens of times here, and you speak to the local farmers, they are constantly fighting off sickness. And they talk about their children being sick, sometimes sick to the point of passing away due to different types of illness. So the fact is, though, that as a consumer, we have a choice whether or not we want to buy a banana grown in a banana republic that's destroying the environment and affecting human health, or whether we want an organic banana. All the bananas that we grow here, and I think we have 8 or 9 types here at BFREE. There's over 100 varieties of bananas, by the way, out there. They're all grown organically. And when I speak to banana farmer managers here in Belize, and I ask them, why don't you go organic? They say, well, we could, but we would need to change some of our practices, and we might make it would be a little more costly or a little less profitable. And I said, well, how much more? How much more costly or how much less profitable? And they said, well, not a lot, but enough that the owners don't want to see that loss in profit. We've been growing organic bananas here for 15 years, and I'll tell you what, when Cicotoca grows on your leaf like that, one way you can deal with it, here's a leaf here, and you can literally just, this is a really dull machete, but cut it right off. Instead of spraying fungicide, you can just cut the infected part of the leaf off. Not a big deal. Or what we normally do is nothing. The bananas still grow, and they're still absolutely delicious. They might grow a little bit slower. Instead of production at 9 months, maybe you get your banana bunch at 9 months and 2 weeks. But they're, I think, well worth it. Here's a banana bunch that's ready to go. It does take about 9 months from the time that the plant first comes out of the ground to the time you're ready to cut your fruit. It's about 6 months until the plant flowers, and then 3 months until the bunch of bananas is ready. We love bananas here at BFREE. It's like eating candy from the candy store. So I'm just going to take this one down. One of the things about working in a banana farm is you see all this water dripping here, which is good nutrient-rich water, but if it gets on your clothes, it stains them black and you can never get it out. So you have to be careful working out in the banana farm. Another thing that we do when we cut our bananas here, which they do in the farms usually as well, is instead of cutting the plant down at the bottom, we cut it about halfway, allowing all this water and nutrients to go back down into the plant, into the soil, into the roots, which can then feed the next banana plant that's growing up next to it. So the nutrients aren't all wasted. Anyway, if you ever come and visit us, come and enjoy our bananas with us. I'm sure you will.